Anybody had a cat that eats Marmite before? Not having any more? What are you doing? These are good. Lots of them on Amazon. Okay, last time I did a video, Farnborough Lake, and tried to make a really short cinematic film with some better video settings, which was okay. I got quite a few people commenting, given how small the channel is, just on how I was landing the drone in my hand and then tipping upside down, which stressed the drone out. That just stressed the gimbal out. Some helpful YouTubers were commenting how it's not necessarily the best thing to do. Done a bit of research, I've looked on YouTube and Google, and there's a channel called 51 Drones, and when I was researching it, he had a good video on how to land it in your hand. So I haven't tried it yet, we're gonna try that now. One tip he gave, which not everybody did give, was to get a strap for your controller. I couldn't get the one with the bracket that he had, which goes in the back here, which looks really good. I did not want one that's got a plate that comes across here, because it looks like it gets in the way of everything. You've got your SD slot and everything for recording there. Just looks like a lot of equipment. Now this one was really inexpensive. That helps you screw it into these holes, threaded holes, and then you just clip it on. So we'll be trying that out today, and that should help me hand launch it, hand land it safely, in line with what other people are recommending, hopefully without stressing the motors. Got a cat here that when the motors start up, if you fly it from home, he really likes the drone. We've got chickens, he tends not to mess about with them, but he loves the drone, so this is going to be quite handy if I want to fly it from home as well. Any other areas where it's not easy to land, because these little drones, the props are quite close to the ground, so you can't always really be taken off from grass either. Even that grass is too long. He's here already. I haven't even turned the motor on. What are you doing? I'll do a screen record. So hopefully I can show you what the drone sees. We'll record through the handset. I'm not going to do any kind of posh videography. So I think the first thing I can do is touch with my left hand the takeoff, and then what we'll do now is just hold, because I've got a strap, I can put this back down, hold this at arm's length, hold down takeoff. That should work. There you go. What we'll do is move that out of the way a bit, because the cat is a bit interested. I'll flip the camera down, which is the button under control. You can see directly, that crosshair is directly below us. And you'll see this little fella, which I'm going to move you. Even though this should be perfectly safe, I'm going to move you. Naughty cat. There you go. See, the strap is quite handy. Okay, so what I should be able to do is come down. Got the strap on, so if I do drop it for any reason, it's not a problem. Just hold it down with my right hand. Okay, I might try that again, because it still sounded like the motors were having a bit of a whine. So let's try again. What's nice with the takeoff mode, it just gently lifts out your hand. Some people like doing the manual sticks and then pushing up, but the only thing with that is people using like 2 fingers and stuff, a bit cack-handed, and it just starts the motors, and then you've got to lift it. That mode is easier. Right. You'll be able to hold down on the stick. There you go, that's a failed attempt. So we can go lower and then hold down on the stick. Ah, okay, put it into, that isn't made clear. I think what you need to do is put it in landing mode. I'm gonna have third time lucky. What you'll do is you'll hear the controller say landing. You'll see when people do the videos, they just keep them really clipped really short. So we want to be above a surface that we're going to land it on and get it into landing mode, I think. I'll just hold the left stick down, listen for landing. And then put my hand out. And those motors sound very similar to when it just runs through the normal cycle. So that's really the objective, that's what we're after. The only thing I'm thinking is I'm above a table. I guess you could use a wall or anything. Because where the camera is, I can't show this now, it's about a metre off. So I think if you're going to do it on the ground, you might need to crouch down a bit. I can't try that because the cat, who's literally, he's here now, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I think it won't go into landing mode, which seems to stress the motors the least. As it starts to land, reach out, grab the drone. It does land very slowly, so don't rush, don't panic. It's actually quite easy to do. So yeah, it is easy. It's not bad. I'll do that out in the field. And it keeps you out of trouble, doesn't it? Maybe practicing's not a bad idea either, like this. Does mean you're a bit more relaxed when you come to do it out and about. There you go. Might try and do one on the ground, see if it does what I said. If Polo stays on the bench. You won't see it, but I can confirm if it's exactly the same. Right, so I'm crouching down. Yeah, exactly the same. I just had to bend down on my knees a bit, and what that meant was I could kind of catch it in my hand exactly like I did with this bench below me. And if you can't bend down or anything, just maybe use a mound of grass or something that's a bit higher. That should give you the same outcome. Cool, right, let's turn this off. Sun's coming out. Been bloody miserable in England recently.